Now, carboxylic acid, as everybody know that the carboxylic acid will have a functional group called as COOH is the carboxylic the functional group, and based on that this type of compounds or substance, organic substance, we call as the carboxylic acid. It's a general name, carboxylic acid. General, it comes under the almost all the carboxylic acids. Okay, that is what we can see. Now, introduction here, the carboxylic acid are organic compounds containing the carboxyl function group, as what I had said, just COOH group. The name here, that carboxyl, is because, as you know that if you just see the cursor here, this group containing two parts. One is the C double bond O, and the second part is OH. So this is a ketonic group and this is alcoholic group. So the ketonic groups are called as carbonyl and the alcoholic groups are called as hydroxyl. Combining these two, because they are directly linked, both the groups are directly linked each other in the COOH, in acid group, the carboxylic acid group. So they are called as the carboxyl functional group. Carboxyl, called it's carboxyl, or in general we call it as carboxylic group. Carboxyl, that is called as the carboxyl. The general formula for this carboxylic acid is RCOOH, and here this R may be the hydrogen or any organic compound. Okay, hydrogen and or any compound here, any compound which is linked, it is here, and that is what we call as the general formula of the carboxylic acid, RCOOH, and here this R may be the hydrogen or any organic group, and that will called as the carboxylic acid. In general, I'm talking about in general, it is called as. Okay. Now, how we can classify this carboxylic acids? The classification. There are 2 or 3 steps are there for the classification, not in detail. You don't have that in detail, so not required how in detail. But 2 or 3 steps we can see how we can classify the carboxylic acids. The carboxylic acid classified based on the number of carboxyl group. Either it is 1 or 2 or 3. So if that is 1, then it's called as monocarboxyl group, carboxylic acid. Then it is, if there are 2 carboxyl group is there, then it's di. Similarly, tri. Okay, either it is mono, di, or tri. Tetra is not there. Till generally the tetra is not there. Only 3 is that monocarboxylic acid, dicarboxylic acid, and tricarboxylic acid respectively, depending on the number of the COOH is linked to that R here. Here R is mainly the organic compound. Hydrogen possibility is only 1. The 2 possibilities is not there. Di is not possible. Tri is also not possible for the hydrogen. So it is done other organic molecules where there is di and tri is possible. This is the one type of the classification. The second type of the classification is that these may be aliphatic, alicyclic, and aromatic. Okay, I'm sorry, I had not asked. Can you see that screen? Anybody can just reply, please. What I'm sharing, you can see that? Please, anybody? Just reply. Okay, 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 right, okay, right, okay, 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 okay. So, second type of the classification is the aliphatic, alicyclic, and aromatic. Okay. So the aliphatic here is where it is not the ring compound. The alicyclic, where it is not a six-membered ring, less than the six-membered ring, they are called as the alicyclic compounds. And then the aromatic, where it is six-membered ring and more than six-membered, the 7 or 8 member, they are also called as the aromatic. Generally, six-membered ring are called as the aromatic. So the second classification is based on the structure, its structure. Either it is aliphatic, open chain, then alicyclic, 3, 4 or 5 membered ring, then the aromatic, the 6-membered or more than 6-membered ring. So that is what is called as the second classification. Further, they are sub-classified into saturated and unsaturated, particularly in the aliphatic, as you know that. In the aliphatic, the saturated are there and unsaturated. Like, for example, if you take compound, the ethene is a saturated. Ethene is the unsaturated double bond or triple bond compounds. Okay, so like that, it is once again subdivision that is mainly in the aliphatic. Okay, in the aliphatic, it is subdivided into saturated or unsaturated, as well as they are called as the substituted carboxylic acid. Means along with the carboxylic group, the other groups are also linked. Other many groups are linked, like OH group is linked, the CH3 group will be linked, or nitro group will be linked, or amine group, that is NH, the NH2 group will be linked, and so on. Based on that, they are called as the substituted, the carboxylic acids. So these are the 3 different types based which the classification is made. Either it is number of groups, the carboxylic groups in the molecule. Second, either it is aliphatic, alicyclic, or aromatic, or it is saturated or unsaturated or substituted. Now let's see some examples based on that. Okay, some examples we can see. Just don't touch to the screen. Don't touch that. If you touch the screen, then the mark will come. I not that made that. Okay, just don't touch. Okay, now you can see that the first is acetic acid. Acetic acid. So this is the aliphatic acetic acid. Then the cinnamic acid. It is aliphatic but unsaturated. It is unsaturated. Okay, it is a cinnamic acid is unsaturated. And then you can see that the lactic acid. The lactic acid is once again the aliphatic but substituted acid. Here OH is a substituted compound. Okay, that is what is called as the lactic acid. Then come to the aromatic. In the aromatic, here that is the benzoic acid, the salicylic acid. Once again, the salicylic acid contain the OH as a substituent, and then the cyclohexane carboxylic acid. So these all are what we had seen is monocarboxylic acids containing only one carboxyl group. Only one carboxyl group is linked here. These all are called as monocarboxylic acids. Now, the phthalic acid, the oxalic acid, the malonic acid, and succinic acids. So these all are called as dicarboxylic acids. You see that it contains, phthalic acid contains 2 COH groups. Malic acid is also contain the 2 carboxylic acid here, and then this the succinic acid is also containing the 2 carboxylic acid. So it is called as dicarboxylic acids. Now similarly tartaric acid, here the tartaric acid is the dicarboxylic acid and disubstituted. Two OH group is linked here. It's a disubstituted. It's called as the tartaric acid. It's a tartaric acid, carboxylic acid with a disubstituted. Two OH group is linked. And then it's a malic acid. Of course, once again, malic acid is containing only two, but it is unsaturated. It's unsaturated. You can see the double bond is there, carbon-carbon, double bond, and that is unsaturated. Similarly, and here you can see that the citric acid, because many times you can, we are taking the name of the citric acid, but I don't think many of you are knowing what is the citric acid formula. Citric acid formula. So citric acid is this, is the citric acid. It is tricarboxylic acid. It is a tricarboxylic acid with a mono substituent. That's OH is a substituent here, and it's a tricarboxylic acid. So these are the few examples for the classification base, like the aliphatic, aromatic, and then in the aliphatic, once again, the saturated and unsaturated, and then once again, it is a monocarboxylic acid, dicarboxylic acid, and the tricarboxylic acid, and so on. So that is what is the classification. That is a now is nomenclature. How we have to name that? How to name that compound? Nomenclature. How to name that compound? Particularly for the aliphatic compounds, the name can be just by using parent name. Just if you just remove the E from the parent, then you will get the name for that. Okay. Now here, this is the formic acid. It is common name, formic acid. The IUPAC name is called as the methanoic acid. Why it is called as methanoic acid? Because it contains one carbon. It is methane derivative. It is a methane derivative. This formic acid is a methane derivative. It is a methane derivative, and I think you know that this formic acid is extracted from red ants. And they are giving this formic acid. Red ants we are generally seeing in our villages where this formic acid is having. So based on that, formic name has given that common. Later it is called as methanoic acid. Here methane, the E of the methane is replaced by IOC and acid. IOC acid. The methane, that E is replaced. Similarly, this and acetic acid, it's the acetic acid, and this is called as ethanoic acid, and this is propionic acid, the common name, propanoic acid, it's a propane, and so it's called as propanoic acid. Similarly, N-butyric acid, that's called as butanoic acid, and so on. So this is the nomenclature of what is called as the aliphatic acids. Now, if there are substituents in the acids, then how to name that? Here, very important thing is that when there is any substituent and you want to name the acids, particularly the carboxylic acid, the carbon of this carboxyl group is also considered as a parent carbon. Now, for example, you see that example here. It is CH3, CH, CH3, and COH. So the number is start from the carboxylic group first. 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 means it is propane. Propane it's a propane. Okay. So the parent compound is a propane. Now there is a substituent. Substituent here is at the second place. So this is called as 2-methyl propanic acid. 2-methyl propanic acids. Now that is what is called as the nomenclature. Similarly here also, that is once again, this is the parent. This long chain is a parent, okay, including this carbon of the COH. It is including, we cannot as the functional group, the other functional group we are not including, but particularly for the carboxylic, as this carbon as considered as a parent. And number is also start with that carboxylic group. That one number is from this carboxylic group. The C of the carboxyl group will take the first number. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4. So that chloro is on the second position. So it is called as 2-chlorobutanoic acid. It's a 2-chloro. We are not counting from this side. That carboxylic carbon of the carboxyl group will take the first number 1, first carbon, the second carbon, third and the fourth carbon, and based on that, so this is named as the 2-chlorobutanoic acid. Now this is a general, some of the examples for the nomenclature. Similarly, we have to name what is called as the aromatic acids too. And in the aromatic acids, the simple naming of the aromatic acids are that the ENE of the parent compound, ENE of the parent compound is replaced by IOC acid, IOC acids. How it is? Just see that. Okay, and that is ENE of the parent, the hydrocarbon, which is replaced by IOC acid. For example, benzoic acid from the benzene and so on. And then naturally, the position where the substituents are linked. I think you know that for the benzene ring, there are 2 para position, the 2 ortho position and the 2 meta position. So if this is a carboxylic group, which is there in a 1 para position, these 2 are called as ortho, these 2 are called as meta, and this is what is called as the para. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 4 generally called as para position. The 2 and the 6 are called as ortho, and 3 and 5 they are called as the meta position. Meta position. So based on, we know the substituent is linked to either ortho position, meta position, or para position, the naming will be done, or the as per nomenclature will be done. Now, for example, if you just take this compound, here is a parent is a benzoic acid. To the benzoic acid at ortho position, the chloro molecule is there here, atom is there. This is because of that reason it's called as orthochlorobenzoic acid. So it is called as the orthochlorobenzoic acid. Similarly, here you can see that this is a compound which is the CH3 group is linked to the para position, and because of that reason is called as para-methyl benzoic acid. And similarly, this is a substituent which is the acetic acid derivative. Actually, this is acetic acid, where this is the substituent. This is a substituent. Remember that this ring, the ring structure is a substituent, and this is the parent compound. This is the parent compound, and hence this risk is called as C6H5, which is we called as the phenyl. Hence, it is called as the phenyl acetic acid. One hydrogen of the acetic acid is replaced by one phenyl group, and hence it is called as the phenyl acetic acid. So this is the important part of the nomenclature. When you want to nomenclature, want to name it, you have to take care how to name the compounds particularly. Okay, so this is about what is called as the naming. Now, important part what we will study is the next part about the bound, okay, nature of the bonds, which is the structure of the bonds, and so on, and then the acidic character and so on that we will study. Here, I'm just taking one slide and I'll stop here. Okay, now structure and bounding in the carboxyl group. Now, if you just see that, I think tomorrow I will show you on the board. I'll show you on the board. I'll write on the board and I'll show you tomorrow how this is taking place. Okay, and these it is particularly it is sp2 hybrid, sp2 hybrid carbon. What does it mean? sp2 means, I think everybody know that 1s and 2p orbital are interact or merge together and giving the 3 equal size of the orbits what they are giving, and they are called as sp2. 1s and 2p orbitals, they are interacting and giving what is called as sp2. So here is sp2 hybrid carbon, that is, and then naturally the bond length depending on the substituent, and this substituent also play important role, because this what is called as the structure of the formic acid. It's the structure of the formic acid, and hence the structure of the formic acid is having this type of the structure here, and based on that it is that. So these are the p orbitals and the pi bond here, and as you know that is the sigma bond which is between the carbon and oxygen. Okay, tomorrow on the board I will write it down and I will show you how the sharing of the electrons are taking place and how we have to see the structure of that, and based on the structure and bonding in the carboxylic groups you will have the strength of the acid, and that is what is called as the acidity of the carboxylic acids, because strength is mainly depend on these structures and bonding. The structures and bonding, either it is molecular orbital structure or it is like bond angle and bond structures depend on that, particularly on the molecular orbital structure. The strength of the acid will be determined, either it is a weak acid or the strong acid is determined based on the structure. So tomorrow I will write it down on the board about the structures, and I'll show you how the electrons are sharing here, how the electrons are sharing, how the bonds are forming. And I'm not taking much time, I'll take a little time and I'll show you once again little bit about the structures and the bonding in the carboxyl group, and then we'll proceed for the next part. Okay, but now I'm stop here.